Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long, your host. I am joined by my co-host and co-explorer, Amy.
Hello.
We are coming to you from beautiful Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios. And we have a really fun show for you lined up today. And it's all centered around weird, wild, and just kind of strange local laws. Some national laws that can, kind of ruin your vacation if you don't check it out. And sometimes, as we dig into these laws, some of them actually kind of make sense. They may seem a little absurd on surface, but some of them kind of make sense once you dig into them. And then there are other ones that are just absurd.
That's a good word for it.
Yeah.
Because I don't know how some of these became a law specifically, but it's like, who would have thought we need a law against that? Obviously, something happened that they said, okay, well, nobody can do that anymore. But to make it a law just seems completely ridiculous to me.
You and I, we both grew up in Texas. And Texas is rife for comedy all the time. It is just one of those states. And they have a lot of laws that are on the books, some of them absurd when it comes to things like horses. A lot of laws out there. There's one really famous one that's still in the books that's related to horses and the requirement that horses have to have tail lights when they're ridden at night.
I did not know that.
According to the Texas Transportation Code, they treat horses like vehicles. When you ride them at night, even if it's on the side of the road or whatever, you have to adhere to the same safety regulations as a motorized vehicle. So that means lights,
blinkers,
horns.
I didn't know that. Not a lot of people rode horses where we lived, but people owned them. Although I never saw anyone ride a horse at night.
Not with traffic lights. They were breaking the law. Where do you stick those things?
I know they like stickers. It's on the back end of the horse.
I think he's turning right. In Kentucky, it's illegal to walk down the street with an ice cream cone in your pocket. Why?
Yes, I would like to know why. Hey, who puts ice cream in their pocket?
Horse thieves.
What?
It's a law because horse thieves used to do exactly that in order to lure horses away from where they were.
Interesting.
So now you can't walk down the street with an ice cream cone.
But ice cream is messy. Who
in
puts
your
it in their pocket?
Horse thieves. Bad people.
Okay. Okay.
So that wasn't even, that's just off the top of my head. But Singapore has one on surface level. You're like, oh, come on. But then when you look at it, okay, you might agree with this here. They have a chewing gum ban.
Chewing gum.
Chewing gum. Since 1992, Singapore has banned the import, sale, and possession of chewing gum outside of limited medical exceptions like nicotine gum. And even that requires a doctor's note.
The possession of chewing gum.
Yeah.
Oh, my goodness. Why? I need to know why.
Well, apparently people just like here in the U.S. or any other places, people kept sticking it where it didn't belong. It would jam up subway doors, public property, all kinds of stuff. So in 1991, gum lodged in an MRT train sensor caused door malfunctions. And I guess that was just enough for the government to crack down hard. You can be fined up to $100,000 and you can get up to 2 years in jail for importing it.
Wow. So the Singapore government was like, this is the straw that broke the camel's back because the train door would not close. So no one ever in this country can have gum.
Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, a little bit of an overreaction, but how many times have you been sitting at a table or something like that at a restaurant, public place, and gum is stuck under the table
or you step
something.
in it when you're walking.
You step in it. You sit in it.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, people with this gum.
Yes.
So I get it on a level that I completely understand.
Are they actually enforcing it, though, I guess is the question.
Absolutely.
Oh.
In 2015, a traveler from the U.S. blogged about being pulled aside for questioning after a customs officer found several packs of Orbit gum in her luggage. She was eventually let go, but not before receiving a very stern warning and having her gum confiscated like it was heroin.
And see, that's not something I would even think to take out of my purse. Gum.
Yeah.
Because I do usually carry gum in there. I don't chew a lot of gum, but I have it just...
Because you meet a lot of stinky breath people.
You never know.
It's good to throw at pigeons.
Now I feel like anytime we travel to another country, I need to check and see if they have a law against gum.
You should. And that's what it's about, right? And here's one, looking at Greece. Greece has one that, again, may seem a little, on surface level, but once you look at it, you go, okay, I think I understand this one a little bit. In 2009, they put in place a ban on high heels at archaeological sites.
Okay.
Because the ancient stones, the rocks and everything around it are fragile. And pointy stilettos that ladies like to wear can crack or chip marble.
I can see that. I can understand that one. I mean, these are fragile items. I guess, it's still the ground or whatever, but it is fragile, and some people are hard walkers. I'm a hard walker. You say all the time, it sounds like an elephant stomping around upstairs.
Stomping around. Oh, it's like,
I don't want to go
scary.
breaking up some beautiful ancient archaeological site because I wore the wrong shoes that day.
And yes, is it enforced? Tourists wearing heels have been denied entry at major ruins. Signs are posted at a lot of the entrances. You can't wear, shoes with pointy heels or anything like that. In 2019, a fashion blogger from France was barred from entering the Acropolis for wearing 4-inch heels for a photo shoot. She argued that the shoes were designer and she should be given a pass. And they didn't really care.
That's funny. That reminds me of when you get on an airplane, and I've heard this a lot, but they will tell women your bag has to go under the seat in front of you. And I've heard many, many times they say, we don't care what the brand is. We don't care how much it cost you. You cannot hold your bag in your lap for takeoff and landing. It has to go in the seat below. Because I guess people think, oh, because I spent a lot of money on this item, I'm exempt from the rules. But travel authorities do not care.
I'm not sticking my Louis Vuitton,
right?
My Birkin bag under there.
Right.
Well, you know what? Then you shouldn't buy a Birkin bag and fly coach at the same time. Italy has a law against feeding pigeons, and it can cost you a lot of money.
I've heard this. I have actually heard this one before.
Venice is basically overrun with pigeons, or has been for a while. Since 2008, feeding pigeons in places like St. Mark's Square has been banned. Florence has similar bans around their statues and historic buildings as well.
Which is funny because you and I just watched a movie with our daughter about a cartoon movie about a guy turning into a pigeon. And in it, they end up in St. Mark's Square, I think. And he said one of the guys has always wanted to feed the pigeons there. And he does throw breadcrumbs up. And there's a whole scene where they just swarm the square because there's apparently so many pigeons.
So many. Apparently, the city was spending millions and millions of dollars each year cleaning bird droppings off of priceless architecture. So pigeon droppings corrode marble statues and damage different pieces of architecture and everything. So you can be fined up to $540 US. And yes, Venetian police have issued citations to kids.
To kids?
For scattering breadcrumbs.
What if you accidentally drop a piece of food? They don't care.
You better pick it up.
They don't care it's a Birkin.
You better fight that pigeon. You better get that piece of bread back, stick it in your mouth, put it in a dumpster or something.
That's gross.
That's a lot of money but that, you know what? The alternative is droppings. Next, we're going to talk about how you shouldn't handle salmon suspiciously. It's a real thing. We'll be right back.
Unskilled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unskilled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long, your host. Sorry, I'm laughing. Here with my co-host, co-explorer Amy.
Hello.
Coming to you from beautiful Sin City, Las Vegas in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios. We're talking about weird and, I guess, hilarious laws that you can find in small places, little towns, and all across nations. Some of them are just kind of nuts. Always, like, we're from Texas, so I always want to just kind of point the finger at us first when it comes to ridiculousness in a place that we know well. In Port Arthur, Texas, it is actually a law written down that it's illegal to emit obnoxious odors in elevators. You can be fined. Now, you wish this was a law everywhere.
I
because
do.
You ever
I
been
really
on an
do.
elevator and been crop dusted?
I have before, but I did not know that was a law there. I mean, it's the next town over from where we grew up.
Yeah.
No idea that was a law.
It should be a law everywhere.
I agree.
And I would be paying fines all the time. I'd take advantage of it. And also, weirdly, like in El Paso, Texas, it's a law that requires spittoons. If you know what a spittoon is, you ever watch a Western, requires spittoons in church.
Oh, churches have to have spittoons?
Yeah. So
Interesting.
you can spit your tobacco.
Interesting. Okay. That's gross. Thanks for that.
Our friends in the UK have a fun little act. It's called the Salmon Act of 1986, or however you pronounce it, salmon.
The
Salmon?
fish.
Yes, the fish.
Okay.
Salmon. Section 32 of the Salmon Act makes it illegal to, quote unquote, handle salmon in suspicious circumstances.
I have so many questions. Because it sounds like it's referencing a certain thing, but it can't be.
What
right?
thing would that be? It's a family show. What thing would that be?
Handling salmon in suspicious circumstances. I don't feel comfortable saying it, but I think we're all now imagining what suspicious circumstances you would have to be handling a salmon in for it to be illegal.
You put it in a trench coat? You walk it around? Is that what they mean? Now, this is, it's a rarely used or enforced law, but it's often mentioned in UK legal humor columns because it still is on record and you can still be fined and punished if you handle salmon in suspicious circumstances.
Does it say what they consider suspicious?
No, it's I think intentionally left vague.
Okay.
It was supposed to be to help like anti-poaching. And it's supposed to like criminalize the possession of salmon where it's believed to have been illegally fished. But it's so vaguely worded and so hilariously worded that you just kind of go, I don't know what that means.
I want to see somebody handle salmon.
No, you don't. No, you don't want that on your browser history.
No, I don't. Never mind.
You'd have to uninstall and reinstall your browser if you started
Just throw
searching
that
for
whole
that.
computer away.
In fact, I think our phones are probably listening to us now, and we're going to get some weird stuff in a little bit.
We are. Oh, that's not good.
In Thailand, it is a major crime to step on Thai currency, like coins or dollar bills, because all money in Thailand bears the image of the king. And it's seen as defacing or disrespecting that image. And it's very illegal. And you get prison time and fines for that.
Interesting.
Yeah. In 2007, a Canadian traveler stepped on a $20 bill, basically, to stop it from blowing away. A passerby, a snitch, called the police. Called the police. He was fined, and he had to issue a formal apology.
What?
Before he was released.
A formal apology to the king?
Yeah, to the government.
Okay. So don't step on, if you drop your money in Thailand, just let it go.
Yeah, just let it. Or if a monkey steals it, those monkeys, they do that. I think a lot of people have seen the movie Footloose.
Yes.
No dancing, right?
Yes.
That was a law.
Yes.
They didn't want teenagers.
I mean, it was a movie, but yes.
Well, yeah. I mean, yeah, but there was a law they're telling. No dancing.
Yes, no dancing was
They didn't
allowed.
want teenagers, getting ideas about stuff or
Yes.
having fun. Or I don't know. I never really watched the movie.
But that's the gist.
That's
yes.
the gist of it.
Dancing led to things.
Japan had a very similar law up until 2015. It was enacted after World War II. Under this law, dancing in public venues after midnight was very illegal unless the venue had a special dance license.
Okay.
It was a World War II morality thing. We had dirty U.S. sailors over there. I love our military.
I'm just stuck on the after midnight.
Yeah.
So they think naughty things don't happen before
Nothing.
midnight.
Did your parent ever tell you?
Nothing good happens after midnight. Yes,
right?
yes. But I'm like, some bad things happen before midnight too. If you're looking to do some things, you're going to do them whenever.
We learning secrets about you. What you over there Googling, girl? I had to turn you into an honest woman.
Oh, yeah. You were the one they didn't want me going out with.
Oh, there you go. And that's because I danced after midnight. It was a morality law aimed at curbing prostitution in dance halls. Because
Interesting.
there were a lot of places that dealt in seedy things that would
Okay.
get special dance license things, and then they were doing other things on the side, basically. I would tell you, but this is a family show. They would do stuff with salmon after midnight.
They would suspiciously
They would
handle it.
suspiciously.
But if they have a license, it's okay. Just get your suspicious handling license, and you can handle that salmon all night long. Nobody cares.
As long as you're doing it before midnight, you should be good. That was a law until 2015. They finally got rid of it. They finally relaxed it mainly because the Olympics were coming up in 2020, and they wanted people to go to dance halls and handle salmon. In 2012, a 23-year-old student was arrested in Osaka for dancing at a nightclub at 2 a.m.
Was this person the only person dancing?
Apparently, he was dancing by
How
himself.
sad is that?
I think there were other things involved there. So dancing by himself at 2 a.m. He
sad
was
is
held
that?
overnight and charged. The club lost its license. And even to this day, it is not irregular to have police raid clubs all the time after midnight. There.
Really?
They still have a thing about morality.
Well, I'm old. I'm in bed by midnight, so I wouldn't have to worry about that.
All that salmon handling just takes it out of you. What are we doing, dude? Changing topics, I guess. In Victoria, Australia, you couldn't change a light bulb without a license. A light bulb until 2007.
I don't understand this one at all.
Yeah, they wanted to make sure that amateur electrical work wasn't being done, and that included changing light bulbs. So you could be fined. How
Changing
dare
a
you.
light bulb is electrical work.
How dare
Wow.
you change
Okay.
a light bulb?
Oh, wow.
I just wanted to see the salmon. We'll be right back. It's Unskilled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unskilled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unskilled Travel Show. Jeremy Long here with my co-explorer, Amy.
Hello.
I don't know where I was going with that. Check us out online. I don't know. UnskilledTravelShow.com. Also, check out our brand new YouTube channel. Subscribe. Leave a comment. Smash that subscribe button. All that stuff. We have fun stories on there. We're talking about weird and wild and just kind of absurd and funny laws that you can find in small towns and in nations across the world. And
you don't want to be a tourist imprisoned for handling a salmon suspiciously.
we are never going to let that go.
Oh, no.
By the way, we're an award-winning show. And here we are. A few shows ago, we We had one about adding another baby. The thing that now we just repeat that all the time.
We do.
And if you've never listened to the episode about weird festivals from around the world,
one of our favorites.
We've said add another baby, and people have no idea what we're talking about if they've never heard the episode, which shame on you. But now I feel like handling a salmon is going to be, we're going to put it on a t-shirt.
It's going to be on one, yes.
In France, the kissiest of all kissy nations out there, in terms of like, we have a kiss called the French kiss. If you don't know what that is, welcome to the show. But it is, and has been since 1910, illegal to kiss at train stations in France.
Why?
Here we go. In 1910, they decided to reduce train delays from long, passionate farewells.
Oh.
A law needed to be enacted. No kissy face at train station. None of that long goodbye. None of that Casablanca, here's looking at you, kid, and, all that stuff. Done.
Okay, people were kissing that long that the trains were delayed.
Right?
Like,
what was happening in 1910?
People were just walking up to the train and then just having a 20-minute kiss to say goodbye. Like me, I'm just let the train leave.
Half the time you get on a train, I don't even know where you went, and I'm like, did she leave? You're trying to leave me behind. You're like, no goodbyes. None of that.
It's funny to me that they decided instead of we're just going to leave these people, they're just going to make a law that you can't kiss at the train station.
It's no longer hardly ever, I should say. It's hardly ever enforced anymore. But many stations still have posted signs asking couples not to smooch on platforms.
That's very funny.
French officials even suggested installing quote-unquote kissing zones away from the trains to keep traffic moving.
So is this like
that's
one
got a
person,
hotel room, right?
One person standing on the train step and the other one's leaning in, kissing them? Because I'm like, how is it stopping the train from leaving?
Yeah, it's the movies, right? The girl is usually on the steps and the man is, or one way, I don't know. They're like kissing and one's on a train because otherwise wouldn't the train just leave?
That's what I'm saying.
Or when, have you ever been to France? They will push you out of the way.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they'll mutter something French under their breath to you.
Or the door just closes. It just closes and it's like, you're out of luck. Catch the next one.
I saw a guy get his head trapped at the door. I'm like, oh my God. And the train just kept on moving. But couples now, because it's France, couples now kiss defiantly under the signs. Take pictures. Vive la resistance.
I like it. Let's go to France.
They protest.
And
they
kiss
take
under
their
a
shirts
sign.
off. They do that kind of stuff in the street. So yes, you don't do that.
I like it.
And then there's kind of odd things, like in certain Caribbean islands, nations like Barbados, Jamaica, Trinidad, you can't wear camouflage. No
Really?
exceptions. Camouflage is reserved for their militaries.
Oh.
So civilians wearing camouflage, even tourists, you can't do the I don't know thing. They're seen as impersonating armed forces, and you can have your camouflage clothes seized, and your luggage and all of that stuff, and be fined.
As you have mentioned, we are from Texas, and we know a lot of people who camo is their everyday attire.
They would
not have any clothes to wear.
They would be nude. They don't own a single pair of clothing without camouflage in it. In 2023, in fact, a British tourist arrived in Barbados and had her camouflage her beach cover-up confiscated at the airport. And she said it wasn't even green. It was pink camo. And they said it doesn't matter. It's still camo. They took it.
That's funny.
Yeah.
That's funny. Okay. Okay.
Now, these right here, I don't know how this would go down in Vegas, because in Spain, in a couple of different cities since 2014, local officials have banned tourists from walking shirtless or in swimwear anywhere except the beach or the pool. Have you ever been to Vegas in the summertime? Mm-hmm. It's like camo in Texas.
Yeah.
Everybody's in swimwear everywhere they go.
They're in the casinos in their bathing suits, just playing slot machines, and you're like, ew.
Yeah.
Please put more clothes on.
Please.
I applaud this law. I like this one.
Yeah. And there are all kinds of countries that have, like, if they're deeply religious countries, I think the Middle East, places like that have morality clauses in place for clothing and things. And that's too big for this little show to talk about. Yeah. But there are other places. I mean, the swimsuit thing, I completely understand.
Yeah.
And I see it here, like you said, in Vegas. We'll be walking down the street and people are just in...
Just a bathing suit.
Just a bathing suit.
And not even a well-fitting bathing suit. A bathing suit that is maybe for the tanning bed, when nobody's going to see you in it and you want as little tan lines as possible.
No, yeah. And you want to be like, honey, that bathing suit.
That was made for someone else.
Yeah, not for you, girl. Body positivity, but...
I have to look at it.
South Korea, if you have tattoos, cover them up. Tattoos aren't banned, but only licensed doctors can legally apply tattoos in South Korea.
A licensed doctor does tattoos?
And then in many public areas, the tattoos have to be covered.
Why?
I don't know. They're culturally, I think, associated with gangs and criminal activity there. Okay. So, yes, even foreigners are often asked to wear like rash guards or bandages or something, stuff like that at public pools to make sure that those tattoos aren't exposed.
Interesting. Good to know.
So, if you got a mesh tank top or a neon thong, you might want to think twice. So, let's go travel show. We'll be right back.
Unskilled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unskilled Travel Show. Jeremy Long here with my co-host, Amy.
Hello.
We're talking about weird and wild and funny laws you can find all around the world. And, we do the show from Las Vegas here in Nevada. And even Nevada is not without its strange laws. One of them, I guess the number one rule here, is you can't ride a camel on the highway. All those times you've been in Nevada and you were just like, let me just get on my camel and book it on down the road.
I have a better one for you. In Arizona, it's illegal for a donkey to sleep in a bathtub. It can stand in a bathtub, but it cannot sleep in a bathtub.
Well, look, if a donkey rents a hotel room, I think that donkey, as long as it's not hurting anyone, can do whatever it wants in that hotel room.
I just always go back to what happened to make these a law. And yes, there is a very funny story attached to this one. I recommend people look it up, but just know in Arizona, if you have a donkey and it lives in the house, it cannot sleep in your bathtub.
Okay. If you have a mustache, you can't legally kiss a woman in Eureka. In the 1800s and 1900s, various laws prohibited men's facial hair in the United States. Sometimes for religious reasons, sometimes just because people got bored and it was hot. In Eureka, this law is still in the books, though not rarely, well, it's very rarely enforced. It doesn't say why. Why is this a law? So if you have a mustache, don't be kissing up on nobody.
I found another one that's pretty funny. In Connecticut, a pickle must be able to bounce. It says in 1948, 2 men were arrested for selling pickles that were unfit for consumption. Officials declared that the way to determine if a pickle is fit for consumption was to drop it, and if it bounced, then it's edible.
That's a good rule. Make sure. Next time you're out to eat somewhere, ask them if their pickles bounce. See if you don't get escorted out of that restaurant. Hey, girl, you got some bouncy pickles back there? What you got?
You made me snort.
what you doing with that? What's that pickle do, girl?
Oh, okay.
Something less bouncy. And I saw this one myself, actually, when we were in Italy. In Italy, if you're in Rome, do not sit on the Spanish steps.
I've heard this.
I actually saw it enforced.
Did you?
Yeah. Since 2019, sitting, lying down, or even dragging your suitcase on the Spanish steps in Rome is banned under one of their laws.
Because people just hang out there, right?
People will, tourists especially, will sit down, they will eat and drink and basically treat this UNESCO heritage site like a food court. And in fact, a tourist couple was fined €250 each for eating pizza and lounging on the steps in 2022. So this is very recently. Their response was basically, we didn't know. And the city's response is, now you do. Pay us our money.
So are there signs?
There are signs. I don't know if there are signs leading up to it.
So we were in Rome together, and you went down there alone one day, and we went back, and there were so many people just in that area. If there were signs, I didn't see them, but there were hundreds of people standing on the steps.
Yeah, you can stand on the steps. You can stand and do all that. You can walk up and down and do whatever. But I did see there was an officer walking around, and there were a few people early in the morning. This was early in the morning. It was before 7, probably when I got up the first day. And a couple was sitting, and they were kind of doing selfies, and the officer said something to them in Italian, and they both stood up instantly. And,
Really?
basically, like, you can't.
It's a no loitering law, huh?
Don't loiter.
Like it's a 7-Eleven parking lot. You're a teenager.
Hurry up and buy. Get up out of here. Take your pictures and then move along,
Right.
Now, and another one we kind of witnessed. Now, this one isn't technically a law, but in Japan, the social norm versus the law, right? Noise complaints on public transportation, or in apartments or anything like that. People can tell on you. They can snitch on you, and you can get a fine or a written warning. Or if it's an apartment with noise, you can be evicted from your apartment. When you go to Japan, all those folks out there that have been to Japan, you will notice that usually most people on public transportation is silent.
It is silent. Yes.
In fact, we were the loud people. And you suddenly feel very self-conscious. You stand out.
You do it once and you don't do it again.
Yeah.
Everybody's on their phone, but they are quiet.
Yeah. They got headphones in. Mm-hmm. They are,
Nobody's talking to anybody.
They rarely ever say anything to anyone else, even if they came with a person.
Right.
But then you can tell who the tourists are, us, because we'll get on and we start talking and we're laughing and, having a good time. And then all of a sudden I looked around a few times like, oh.
People were looking at us.
Yeah. And I was like,
and towards the end of the trip, we were the quiet ones, and the other Americans got on and they were loud, and we're looking at them like, stop talking.
Yeah. In judgment. Like, I wish I had a bouncy pickle to throw at them.
Even Switzerland, don't they have a very similar law, I guess, about like noise in apartments?
It is. So Switzerland does have ordinances, but it's more of an urban myth that it's a law.
Oh, okay.
It's more of like individual places can get onto you about basically. Well, I guess the urban myth was you couldn't flush toilets at night. It's illegal to flush your toilet in a Swiss apartment building after 10 p.m. It's kind of like the no dancing thing.
Okay.
Before you're hined in, right? So it's not a law, but many landlords and housing associations in these places enforce strict noise regulations. So technically it's more of a tenant rule than it is
and they
like a law.
consider flushing a toilet a noise violation. I mean, I guess it depends on what their plumbing situation's like. But if you got to go, you got to go, right?
I mean, yeah.
What happens if you go to the bathroom in the middle of the night and it's a bad bathroom situation? You just have to leave it?
You just let it mellow until about 6 a.m.
Oh, my gosh.
And then you just,
No.
Gross. That's what I'm saying. That, that's a lot of talk for a country that don't have Taco Bell. That's a lot of talk.
That's so gross.
Well, hey, man. I don't know. I don't know what else to add that I can put there. Unskilled Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unskilled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unscaled Travel Show. I'm here with my co-explorer, Amy.
Hello.
She's laughing.
Sorry.
We're talking in between breaks here, and it's hilarious. We are in Las Vegas, Nevada, in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios. Check us out online, unscaledtravelshow.com. Or we have no rules. It's always anything goes there. But we are talking about fun and wild laws that are found around the world, and some of them.
I think the U.S. has some of the best ones, though.
The United States has gone through some changes. I mean, we went from do your history on the U.S. We went from a very, we wanted religious freedom, and so then we got a lot of religious oversight, to now it went to the Wild West kind of stuff where anything was going, and they just needed to make laws as it came up. So you'll find weird stuff all the time that it's rarely ever enforced, but they never bothered to take any of these off the books, right? Like in Utah. Utah has a law that says swearing in front of a dead body or in a cemetery is technically a crime.
Why? I've never heard this. Why? Have you ever just, do you ever go to your grandmama's funeral?
Well, I have.
And then, you just wanted to just cuss at people?
Yes, actually.
Or even just cuss at her?
Not at her, but at other people, yes. And I guess that's frowned upon.
It's frowned upon because there's a dead body. Now, you take that cussing outside where you need to be, not in front of the dead body, or in the cemetery. You got to hold on to it.
Is it like a respecting the dead type of situation?
I don't know. It's just public decency, I guess, at that point. Huh. But it's still on the books.
Interesting.
After all these years, I think it started in the 1800s. But Utah also once had a law banning riding bicycles without both hands on the handlebars.
I used to ride my bicycle without using the handlebars. When I was a teenager, I got really good
lawbreaker
at riding without holding onto the handlebars.
And you were dancing after midnight?
I was not dancing after midnight. I was just
handling
riding my bike
in all kinds of weird, inconspicuous ways. Ooh, girl. Anyway, so if you didn't ride your bike with both hands on the handlebars, reckless cycling, they would call it. It was unholy.
Well, in Louisiana, it's illegal to send a surprise pizza to someone. It's considered harassment. It's not like a welcome surprise. It's a, how dare you send me a free pizza?
Please send me a free pizza.
You can be fined $500 for sending somebody a pizza.
Number one, I'm going to go back to how you say Louisiana.
Stop it.
How'd you say it?
I'm
say
not,
it again.
I'm not saying it again.
Did you know in Alaska, wonderful place, beautiful state, right? Never been. It is illegal to whisper in someone's ear while they are moose hunting.
I don't know how you would whisper in somebody's ear while they're moose hunting.
Yeah, say me and you were up there hunting moose for some reason. I don't know what's happened in our lives that we're doing this, but you have a moose in your sights and you are taking aim at this moose. Okay. And I just lean over while you're doing this, and I'm like, hey, girl, what you see over there? You see that moose, girl? Yeah, something like that. That's illegal.
I have to assume it's illegal because it could distract the person hunting the moose, and they could shoot something.
Hey,
but that's
you see that moose over there, girl? Let's go get some salmon after this and do some weird things.
In Kentucky, it's illegal for a woman to marry the same man more than 3 times. Here's my question, though.
Yeah, sure.
It's only illegal for the woman. It's not illegal for the man. How's that fair?
I don't know. I don't understand.
And why would you marry the same person more than 3 times?
Nothing against cousins, but definitely just repeat offenders. Alaska's got to be my favorite state. It's also illegal in Alaska. Okay. Kangaroos are not allowed in barber shops at any time. You know, Alaska, the state famous for kangaroos. You can't be bringing it in the barber shop. This is a civilized place. What do you think we're doing here? What are you out there whispering in people's ears while they're moose hunting and then bringing kangaroos around? What's wrong with you?
Well, in Missouri, it is illegal to wrestle a bear.
It's illegal. That's also illegal still in Alabama.
It's considered animal cruelty.
Yeah, they
which
put a stop
I agree
to that.
with. But I'm like, who's wrestling bears?
You want to talk animal cruelty? I still haven't left the state of Alaska over here. Okay, it is considered an offense. Considered an offense. It's actually a law. It's a pretty good law to push a live moose out of a moving airplane.
No. I hope that's a law. But why?
Again, why do we have to have that on the books? What was going on where you were pushing live moose? Is it just moose? Or how many is a moose? What's the plural form of moose? Mises? Mooses? Mooses. But they were pushing mooses out of live planes. Like in the air, like live planes. Out of unalived planes. Oh my gosh.
Oh, wow.
Your donkeys in bathtubs. Oh, I keep thinking about that for some reason.
Sorry.
You also, now this one we've actually done research on. You can't hunt camels in Arizona. Now, years ago, the United States government, I think after World War I, they were like, you know what, we're gonna, since horses are so popular and we're doing a lot of desert stuff now, like we're going to train up the military in camel usage. And so they did for a while in Arizona. They had all these, I don't know, platoons, brigades, I don't know what you call them, with camels involved. And then they decided, like the United States military always does, they're like, we're done with this. And so they just moved on from it. And they just left all these camels.
They left the camels?
They left the camels out there. So now you can find packs of wild camels hunting down people for sport in Arizona, but you can't hunt the camels. So,
okay. Don't even.
It's also illegal for men and women over the age of 18 to have less than one missing tooth visible when smiling.
Oh well. I mean, some people can't afford good dental and implants, so you can't really blame them for that. But I think just going back to the animal cruelty in Ohio, it's illegal to sell dyed chickens where they dye their fur different colors.
God forbid a chicken just want to look its best on its wedding day.
Apparently people were dyeing baby chickens different colors for Easter.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And they had to ban it. In Oklahoma, it's illegal to trip a horse. Lots of animal cruelty. It's like a theme here in the U.S.
Okay, well, this one's not animal cruelty. In California, women may not drive in a house coat.
Okay.
You put on some proper clothes if you're going to be out there representing women, driving around in your vehicle.
I like that because in New York, you can't wear slippers outside after 10 p.m.
Yeah. You ever seen some people's feet?
It says they are for inside. They cannot be worn outside after 10 p.m.
That makes so much sense to me.
But
honestly.
you can wear them outside before 10 p.m. That doesn't make sense to me.
Also in California. And it is illegal to cry on the witness stand. It doesn't matter what traumas you've been through. Don't be crying on the witness stand. We can't stand that.
Well, I think I have the best one.
Okay.
In South Dakota, it's illegal to sleep inside a cheese factory. It's dangerous, apparently. There's a lot of machinery, but you cannot sleep inside a cheese factory.
You ever just get tired? Want to go?
You ate a lot of cheese? No, you
just
need
go
a nap?
get some sleep inside of a cheese factory? It's On Scale Travel Show. We'll be right back.
Unskilled Travel Show is brought to you by Diamondback Land Surveying. For all your land surveying needs, contact Diamondback Land Surveying at 702-823-DBLS.
Hi, everyone. Welcome back to the Unskilled Travel Show. I'm Jeremy Long, here with my co-explorer, Amy.
Hello.
We're coming to you from Sin City, Las Vegas, in the Diamondback Land Surveying Studios. We're talking about weird, wild, absurd, just ridiculously absurd laws you can find around the world. All of these where, that's the thing about this. Like, every single one of these laws came from a representative of a government. Went before and in very serious stature said, this absolutely has to be a law. No matter if it's at a town level or up to a national level, every single thing that we talked about was passed with seriousness. Like, I can't tell you how many years ago I was sitting around with my pet monkey when I lived in Indiana. And I was just like, I want to smoke with my pet monkey. And then all of a sudden, you can do that anymore.
Well, you haven't been able to do that for a while.
Why not?
Because in 1924, the state of Indiana banned monkeys from smoking cigarettes.
Do the monkeys know it's illegal?
It's actually it's a chimpanzee.
Okay.
But the reason being, there was it didn't say the circus. It just says there was an act, an entertainment act that had a performing chimpanzee, and as part of his act, he lit and smoked a cigarette. And somebody took offense to that, and they apparently made a law, and the monkey...
The monkey
was arrested and fined $5.
The monkey was fined $5?
It says in an article entitled Animal Prisoners.
Oh my God.
The monkey was arrested, tried, and fined $5. Obviously, the animal did not have $5, and it's believed that its owner paid its fee.
It was tried. You put a monkey on trial? Did he even know what was going on?
I don't know.
If you couldn't tell from the beginning of this, I didn't know how to segue into this. Why the monkey? Shouldn't his owner or whatever?
I think so. You would think so.
That poor monkey had no idea what was going on.
There's such weird things. So in Florida, and this is one of those, it's a myth that it's a law because it's not, technically it's a law, it's a regulation. But if an elephant is left standing in front of a parking meter, you will be fined for the fee of parking. So it's like leaving a car at a parking meter and not paying for it. You cannot leave an elephant at a parking meter either.
Do ex-spouses count or what?
But this goes back to the 1920s also, when the Ringling Brothers Circus moved their act to Sarasota, Florida during the winter and made that community, it's like, that's where they lived during the winter when they weren't touring. And people were taking their elephants out into the city and just leaving them and blocking parking meters. So they started getting fined.
And not paying the meters?
Yeah, they weren't paying the meter to park their elephants.
Yeah, they were driving their elephants into town to buy cigarettes for their monkeys. I mentioned earlier in the show in Texas that, when you ride a horse at night, it has to have tail lights. Get it? Tail lights? Mm-hmm. So Colorado said, hold my beer. In Sterling, Colorado, your cat cannot run loose without having been fit with a tail light. Have you ever?
How do you fit a cat for a tail light?
Very delicately.
We have a cat. She would not be cool with that.
No. She's not cool with anything. Trying to get her to hold still to fit her for a tail light.
Oh, why is there so much animal stuff?
Okay, this one's not animal. Oh, exactly. You know what? Yeah, I just saw another one. In Hartford, Connecticut, you are not allowed to cross the street while walking on your hands.
Okay.
You know, as
one does.
As one does.
Yes.
When you're out in society, walking on your hands.
Okay, here. In Vermont, a woman cannot get fake teeth without her husband's approval.
Yeah.
He has to sign off that she can get her teeth fixed.
You're darn right, Vermont. Way to keep it, way to make it great again. Ain't no woman having no fake teeth around me without my permission. In Devon, Connecticut, because Connecticut, jeez. It's unlawful to walk backwards after sunset.
What?
I don't know. I think it's something to do with vampires. That sounds very much like a vampire thing.
Well, this goes with it. In Oregon, it's illegal to go hunting in a cemetery.
Yeah, I mean...
Yeah. Hunting what, though? If you're hunting ghosts, that's where you would be, right?
I haven't even left Connecticut yet.
It does actually say specifically that you cannot hunt animals in the cemetery because a hunter followed an animal into a cemetery.
Okay.
But still, the way the law is worded,
Again,
until you dig into it, you can't go hunting in a cemetery.
Your grandmama gets up from her long sleep. Time to go hunting, boy. You know what I'm saying? In Connecticut, you may not educate dogs. Don't be educating no dogs.
Don't teach them any new tricks.
It's, number one, we grew up in the South. That sounds like a rule from the South.
It does.
That sounds like way down in Alabama. That would be a law. Don't be educating no dogs. But this is in Connecticut. I thought they were supposed to be refined in Connecticut. That's what the butter lady told me.
The butter lady. Well, this one is obviously not a Nevada law. It's North Carolina. Okay. You cannot play bingo drunk. It is illegal for North Carolina to sell bingo tickets to someone who is intoxicated. You go play bingo here at one of the casinos.
Oh, Lord.
They're handing you drinks left and right, wanting you to buy more cards.
Oh. You know, it's just so much fun. It's ridiculous. And I think that's what the key to all of this is. In Florida, failure to tell your neighbor that his house is on fire is illegal. You ever just been walking by a house fire and be like, nah, you can get fined for that. You need to tell that guy, hey man, I don't know if you know, but your house,
it's on fire.
It's on fire.
Well,
thanks.
If you're going to commit a crime in New Jersey, you cannot be wearing a bulletproof vest while you do it. It is now a law that if you commit a crime while wearing a bulletproof vest, that is a second charge that you are wearing a bulletproof vest.
Oh, that makes sense.
You know, commit your crimes vestless.
A special law also prohibits, unmarried women from parachuting on Sunday, or she shall risk arrest, fine, or time in jail. Can't be having no single women out here floating around in the air.
But the married ones, totally fine.
Oh, they'll, whatever. Whatever.
Well, for those of you coming to Nevada, you should know it is illegal. Nevada. It is illegal to sit on the sidewalks. Our state says it's unlawful to sit or lie down on public sidewalks as it interferes with the primary purpose of the sidewalk, which is to be walked on. I see people sitting on the sidewalks all the time.
We used to have a neighbor years ago.
You did.
That
I know exactly what you're going to say.
Every day, the man just sat at the end of his driveway.
Yes.
And sometimes he would lay down.
He would.
And he would just sit. It didn't matter if it was 120 degrees outside. He would just sit every single day.
Yeah. He would watch videos on his phone.
Yeah, as loud as humanly possible.
We could hear it across the street.
And just stare at our house all day.
So weird.
It was unsettling.
So weird.
In Ackworth, Georgia, all citizens must own a rake. That is a law. Don't get me started on it.
Well, I have another great one. If you're traveling to Maine, it is illegal to park in front of a Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh.
You can be parked while you're in and getting your donuts, but as soon as you come out, you cannot be parked. They want you out of the parking lot. It said that the chain had become such a hot spot for hanging out that they did not have parking places for their customers.
They do love their Dunkin' Donuts up there. And finally, it is against the law to tie a giraffe to a telephone pole or street lamp in Georgia. See, that's one that it's from the South. I believe it. Don't be educating no dogs. Wild laws from around the world. It's the Unskilled Travel Show. We hope you had fun. We had a blast. We'll see you guys next time.